Hey, you and I, we need to talk. We need to talk about your Instagram pitches and your pitches in general. I'm going to show you a couple pitches. In fact, we need to talk outside. This is kind of serious. Let's go outside with this one. I don't want people to hear. This is a private conversation between me and you. So we're going to talk about your pitches, okay? Make sure it's closed so no one can hear. I had a couple of Instagram messages and people were pitching their services. And so I'm going to show you guys how to actually do a good pitch on Instagram, or just a good pitch in general. Whenever you're trying to sell people, you got to make sure you're doing it right. So in fact, let me record this on my phone. So let's do this. Man, I love this new iPhone record feature. So let's do this. I'm going to show you guys these Instagram messages. So one guy, he actually said, "Hey, I noticed you follow Grant Cardone. Like the GAMP platform trains its users with Cardone U along with social media branding guidance and strategies. Are you currently in a sales or marketing position?" Now, what's wrong with this thing? Think about it. What's wrong with this? Obviously, he has no idea who I am. And I'm not saying that in like, I'm the best, right? I'm saying it because his question of, are you currently in a sales or marketing position? I think he's asking that question because he wants to engage me, but it's just a question that demonstrates what he doesn't know about me. So if he would have looked at my social media profile, he would have noticed that not only do I follow Cardone, but one of Cardone's best buddies is Bradley, and I was on his show, right? So he could have mentioned that. He could have said like, "Hey Benji, I saw that you were on Bradley's show, and I see that you follow Grant Cardone. I love the segment that you did, by the way. Can you, or do you want to do this?" or whatever he's selling, right? And so because he didn't do any of that, I didn't pay attention to anything he was talking about. So this was clearly a copy and paste template. If you copy and paste your templates, no one's going to pay attention to you. So that was one bad pitch. He just didn't personalize it to me, right? And so so that's the main thing with his. There's this other pitch by this guy, Prime Brand, and he said, "Hey, my name is Harvey." He didn't mention my name, nothing. He says, "Hey, my name is Harvey." In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, so what? And that's literally what I'm thinking. Okay, so what? Your name is Harvey, your name is John, it doesn't matter, so what? And he said, "I'm starting a new social media agency, and I'm learning directly from a social media expert who has millions of followers." So far, he's only been talking about himself. I don't care about you, right? So he's like, I've been doing all this, and I'm learning from a guy who has a million social media followers. I'm looking to get massive exposure for your business for free. Now he finally starts talking about me. Then he says, the reason why I'm doing this for where am I? The reason why I'm doing this for free is because I would love to use your testimonial to get actual paid clients. If you're interested, please DM me. Now, once again, he made the same mistake. Obviously, this is a copy and paste template. And so what he should have done is he should have actually gone to my social media profile and he should have used my name. So if you're going to pitch somebody on Instagram or anywhere, use their name to start with. That way they actually pay attention. They realize, okay, at least he didn't copy and paste my name, okay? So when he said, "Hey, my name is Harvey, I'm starting a new social media agency," he should have customized everything more towards me. He should have said like, "Look, so, hey Benji, I looked at your social media profile and I was wondering if I could work for you for free because I'm starting a social media agency, and what we would do with your specific business is I notice you're using the hashtags XYZ. What I figured is if you use this hashtag event profs, it would be better for you because you want to get more paid speaking gigs, and this hashtag is the hashtag where a lot of meeting planners look for, or where a lot of meeting planners hang out." And so if he would have special or customized it to me, I would have paid attention. On top of that, most Instagram message and just social media profile messages should be short, but his should kind of be longer, because when you're asking someone you don't know to access their Instagram and their Facebook and their social media profiles, they're thinking, well, I don't want to give this person my password or anything like that. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know who this person is. I don't want to give them my password. And so he should also talk about that in his pitch. So when he said like, hey, I'd love to work for you for free. I noticed that you're using these hashtags. These hashtags are probably better for you specifically. And by the way, you don't have to worry about giving me your password or anything, because the way it works is you just give me access and then I can't like delete anything on your profile or whatever, right? So if he would have just addressed it, then in my mind I would have thought, okay, all right, cool, that's a lot better. But he didn't address that as well. So you have to address people's fears as to why they won't pay you. And so that was like one of the big things that he did wrong as well. Now, and so basically, if you're going to, if you're doing this on Instagram, right? One of the things you should be doing is you should look at someone's story. So, oh, this thing stopped recording, I think. Yeah, let me record again. So one of the things that you should do on Instagram is if you're going to message someone, you should look at their stories. So for example, and what I mean by the stories is like you see here where it has the red circle around it type thing. You should look at their stories, because I can see that you saw my story. So the first thing I did when this guy and anyone sends me a message is I look to see, did they look at my stories, or did they at least like any of my posts? Neither one of these guys did that. They didn't look at my story. They didn't click like on any one of my posts. So why would I pay attention to them when they obviously paid no attention to me? So that's the biggest thing that I see with the pitches. Now let me show you a pitch that actually I responded to. Let me see if I can find this one. Let's see. And this is a guy who I'm pretty sure he didn't know anything about me at first. So here's what he said. He said, "Hey Benji, really enjoyed your Insta stories." And when he said that, I actually went to my stories to see did he look at it, and he actually did. So he said, "Hey, I enjoyed your Insta stories." Even if he didn't like it, at least he looked at it, right? And he said, "Would love to help you get your stories onto your website. Just made a feature that can save stories automatically and add them." And then he just pitched it just real quick, right? And so I responded with, oh, a WordPress widget, because I was kind of piqued. He piqued my interest a little bit, right? And honestly, what probably piqued my interest was just the fact that he said my name, and when he said, "I enjoyed your Insta stories," I went there and I looked to see, did he actually look at it, or is he just flat out lying? And so he actually did look at it. And so I responded to him. And so that was one. Let me show you another one that I responded to. Let's see if I could find this other one. All right, so this is a guy, Mike, actually. And Mike, he said, "Hey Benji, would love to," he said, "Hey Benji, would love to make a video for you on me or two. I kind of have an Instagram D-Rock style and would love to showcase that, or if you have something like editing specific," right? And so what he was basically offering is just video services, right? And so because he used my name, he obviously captured my attention to begin with by using my name. What I would have done though, if I were Mike, is since Mike was gonna do something for free, and he actually did this, so he actually created like one of these videos where it's like I'm speaking and then there's the text, everything's transcribed below, right? So he created one of those videos. What he should have done is just created the video first, then sent it to me, or just uploaded it to his profile and said, "Hey, here's exactly what I would do for you." Bam. And you can see it on my profile or something like that. Then I would have said, "Oh, okay, cool." And it would have been instant. But because he didn't do that, it actually took a quick second for me to realize what he was trying to do, right? And so that's basically how you pitch. There are a few things that you need to do if you're going to pitch people. If you're going to pitch people on Instagram, you got to make sure that you customize it to them. Whatever you do, customize it to them. If you don't say their name, if they feel like you're not actually liking their posts or anything, they're not going to pay attention to you. So our chat is over. We're done. Make sure you get this thing right.